The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/miamosinzia.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, radiopublic, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest book, well-known award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, TuneIn, and more. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a terrific, multi-talented singer, songwriter, actor who has actually fronted several bands in Los Angeles and played at the Outside Lambs, Life is Beautiful, South by Southwest, yeah. And, of course, he's been heard on Startup and Absentia, and he's also been an actor in quite a few films. And one of his songs got actually in a Rolls-Royce commercial. So if you happen to be watching some TV and you see a Rolls-Royce, you'll hear a terrific song by a legacy of a gentleman. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown sunny California, the very, very uber-talented singer, songwriter, and actor, the multi-talented Ari Avatari Welkom. Ari, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Mike, thank you for the amazing introduction. I really appreciate it.
Well, looking at your profile as well, too, I have to say you're the one that's amazing. I mean, you've got a legacy yourself. That's your debut single, and it's been featured in a Rolls-Royce campaign, and it's for the Ghost vehicle. And I checked it out. I said, you know what? I really want this Rolls Royce. We have to get through this first here before I go run off and buy Rolls Royce and play your song as well, too. You also have Rebel Soa. You also front several bands in Los Angeles as well, too, and nationwide. And you also got heard on a couple of TV shows and appeared in a few films. And you also have a brand new single out we'll play in just a few minutes. But before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started, Ari.
Say it one more time.
I said, tell us how you first got started.
Oh, how I first got started. Okay, yeah, that's a good place to start. So if you want to go all the way back, I think I got started, like, pretty much straight out of the womb. Like, when I heard Little Richard, I think it was, like, the first guy that I heard, and I was like, I want to do what he's doing. And so I learned Tutti Frutti, and I sang it at a talent show when I was a little kid. My family, I had a musical kind of family. My dad was a guitarist, and then he got into the business side of music, putting on rock concerts. So I was going to rock concerts from the age of like 2 and 3 years old. I went to a Grateful Dead concert before I could walk. So I just think it was kind of like in my life, in my soul, in my blood. And then when I was like 16, I got to see the Rolling Stones, and I saw Mick Jagger, and I was like, I want to do that. The first band I got into wasn't until I was about 18 years old in college. And I'd learned guitar, but I wanted to start on bass guitar. I just wanted to play one note at a time. Mm-hmm. So that's when I got in my first band, and, I loved it. I was addicted immediately, and I moved to Los Angeles for both acting and for music. And I've been in bands, my whole time out here. So, that's basically how I got started, being a music guy.
Mm-hmm. And then you went into acting as well, too. But what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing today? Besides, playing Little Richard at a talent show, what was that one precise moment for you? Otherwise,
that's one precise moment where I wanted to be an entertainer.
Yes.
I don't know if there was one precise moment. It's funny. I remember. Fairly recently seeing a video of myself when I was like 8 years old, and it was like my sister's birthday party or something, and my uncle who was shooting the video said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "I want to be an actor." And it's funny because I don't remember that I wanted to do that when I was that young, but apparently I did. Like, I just knew. Anytime I watched a movie, I wanted to be in it. Anytime I saw someone on stage, I wanted to be doing that. When I heard Pink Floyd for the first time, Dark Side of the Moon, it completely blew my mind, and I wanted to make music like that. I wanted to basically, go to imaginary places. I wanted to feel things that on a really big level that I feel like you can only do through playing music, listening to music, experiencing music, and through, film and storytelling.
Wow, that is amazing. And who are some other favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up as well, too, besides the ones you've mentioned?
Oh, man, so many different ones. I mean, I've always identified with all of the great frontmen, from Little Richard to David Bowie to Jim Morrison to Mick Jagger to Bruce Springsteen to Michael Jackson to Marvin Gaye to Bob Marley, guys that were in front and also playing music and writing songs, Robert Plant, but all of the, I kind of define rock and roll music, the great periods of like the 60s and 70s, classic rock, some of those bands I just talked about, but also like the 90s bands, grunge, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Chris Cornell, and then current stuff too. I love Imagine Dragons and 21 Pilots. They keep me on my toes today. All the kind of modern wave of alternative rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. And how would you describe your style of music?
I would say that in terms of the songwriting and the message, I like to write about really kind of universal themes of, love and empowerment and dark versus light. Most of my songs are called things like Legacy and Rebel Soul and I have a song coming out in the new year that's called Superhuman, which is really about, tapping into your superhuman self. So I kind of write about these big, universal, epic themes, and I think the kind of vibe, the production has that quality. That's why, like, Imagine Dragons are one of my big bands that I would love to tour with and, connect with. 21 Pilots as well. But I do think there's kind of like a Summer of Love kind of classic rock vibe to the, not so much the production, but the songwriting, because I'm from San Francisco originally, and, I grew up around music and bands like the Grateful Dead when my parents were going to shows like that. So, I think it has elements of all that stuff. Some of the grooves, though, are a little more based in, like, hip-hop and soul. So it brings elements of all those different things, I think.
Mm-hmm. And also taking those elements as well, too. You also, transform onto the silver screen, the big TV and everything else. Being an actor, you've been in Bricks, Spacestation 76, and This Is Why I'm Single. And what was the reason for the transition? Like, say you're into music, and what got into going into acting?
Well, it's funny because I've always wanted to kind of do a lot of different things, and acting has given me the ability to, I can play a role for a while and then switch to another role. So I kind of, like, in life, there's so many different things that you can do that you kind of have to pick and choose. But with acting, I get to play, I can play a fireman one day, and then I can play a murderer the next day. I can play a dad one day and a total player the next day. So you get to take little, vacations in different aspects of life. I really like that about it. I think it connects with music. It is a totally different craft. So it's not like you can practice music a lot and get really good at acting. But I do think there's a connection. And I've always really thought, cinematically about the way I write music. I kind of have a vision for a song. I envision a story to it. So I love the connection with music and film. But it just happened where I just kind of wanted to do all of these different things. So I moved to LA because it's a place where you can meet people, other people who want to do all those things too. And I've kind of gone back and forth where, at one point, over a year or a few years stretch, acting will be kind of more at the forefront. And then, I'll get an opportunity to go on tour for music or play a festival, and I'm kind of always doing both, but at any one time, one will kind of take the precedent. But one experience that was really cool you mentioned was the Rolls-Royce campaign where they took my song for the song of the campaign, my song Legacy, and they actually hired me to be the actor in the commercial as well. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but they also hired my wife to play opposite me. She's an actress. And so we both got to be in the commercial together, and my song was in it. So it kind of brought together everything at once.
Wow, that is amazing. What's it like driving a Rolls-Royce in the ad?
Okay, so I should probably just say that it was amazing, but the truth is they didn't let us drive the car. They had stunt drivers.
Oh, stunt drivers. Okay, that was an illusion. It's like, boy, for some reason, I was thinking you got to drive it. Oh, my gosh. It's like, well, maybe I will buy one. Maybe I won't, but I have to talk to you, the expert, first. It's a $500,000 car, so they didn't let me drive it. I did get to ride in it. I got to get in and out of it, but I did not get to drive it. Mm-hmm. And of course, you talked about being in certain soundtracks, going from music to acting and everything else. What are some of your favorite movies and some of your favorite soundtracks growing up?
Ooh, good question. Favorite movies? Oh man, I mean, I'm a Godfather guy. I love The Godfather. I do like Quentin Tarantino. I love Pulp Fiction. Also, a great soundtrack. Another movie that he wrote but didn't direct is called True Romance. Has a great soundtrack. I also like Stanley Kubrick, so The Shining and Clockwork Orange. I love, oh boy, so many different movies. What am I? It's funny. Lately though, I've been watching more Netflix shows. I'm watching actually it's on Amazon Prime, a show called Mr. Robot with Rami Malek, who played Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie. But that show has a ridiculously great soundtrack.
Wow. We'll have to check that out. And, of course, we'll also check out some other things as well, too, with some of your movies and some of your songs in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones who love would be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, Castbox, Overcast, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. And follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Ari Avatari Welkom here on the Mike Wagner Show. I'm singer, songwriter, actor, and very multi-talented. And before we get to some of your films and some of your songs, who are some of your favorite actors and actresses growing up?
Let's see. I have a lot of favorite actors. You know, I'm Marlon Brando, James Dean, some of those guys from that period. I love, let's see, Morgan Freeman is amazing. Robert Downey Jr. I actually really like Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, Pacino is amazing. De Niro. I could go on, but yeah, a lot of different actors that have inspired me and that I learned from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, you got into acting yourself as well too. You were in Brick, Spacestation 76. This Is Why I'm Single, and tell us about some of those. And if you got some other movies that you're involved in, and feel free to tell as well.
Sorry, could you were breaking up a little bit. What was that last bit?
Oh no, it's Brick, Space Station 76. This Is Why I'm Single, and also any other projects you're involved in, even the small ones that you haven't listed. You can tell us all about those.
I fairly recently was on The Rookie show on ABC with Nathan Killian, who's on Castle, and I played a criminal. I was a very petty criminal. I had stolen someone's sex toy, so I was in jail for that. It was a little bit of yeah, no, I know. It was a little bit of comic relief. That was fun. I've actually been cast quite a bit, mainly as criminals and vampires and things like that. I think it's a little bit the way that I look. You know, I have kind of a darker complexion, darker hair, like inset eyes. So they cast me as the bad guy a lot of the time. But I was on Days of Our Lives for a while, soap, where I played, again, a criminal named Aldo. So I had a nice run there. I was like blackmailing people and getting pepper sprayed and all sorts of stuff. But that was really fun. So yeah, I kind of hopped around for some different TV gigs. But I have a music video that I shot right before the pandemic started. The timing was good because I got to shoot it and get it in the can, and I'm going to release it in January or February for that song Superhuman that I was telling you about. And a friend of mine who's an editor on all sorts of shows, but he's most recently on The Masked Singer, and he also did Startup and Absentia. But he directed this music video for me, and it's a very 80s-based music video where we kind of spoofed Back to the Future and Goonies, and we got to use puppets. We had these amazing puppet makers from a place called Swazzle here. They do, puppets puppets for the Dark Crystal and for Crank Yankers, all these, Hollywood productions. But they built these puppets for me where I won't give away too much of the story of the video, but basically I discover an amazing space creature and take him home with me.
Wow,
So,
that is amazing. And you mentioned the Dark Crystal. It kind of makes me think of Jim Henson's The Muppets, the Dark Crystal, somewhere along those lines.
Totally. Yep. Definitely. I'm a big Jim Henson fan, so it was really fun. I've always wanted to act with a puppet, so I finally got to do that. I got to act with the puppet, both with a puppeteer being the puppet, and then I got to actually hold the puppet because I'm nursing the puppet back to to health. So I had to pretend I was holding it like a baby, but my hand was actually in the puppet where I was manipulating it. It was super fun.
Makes me think of one of the bad guys. What was it? Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the Dark Crystal. What was it? The
Skeksis?
The Skeksis, yes. It was I was trying to think of the name. It sounds like, what's the name of that evil group, but sounds like a tennis shoe? What was that? And they got to steal the essence. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, you're going to drink the oil, it makes you feel good or something. That shampoo for a while back. Oh my God.
Yeah, the essence. The Gelflings and the Skeksis. Did you see the remake they did on Netflix? They made a new one.
A brand new one? Was that the one that made just 10 episodes and had to stop? Was getting costly? Was that the one, or is it?
That's the one.
That was. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
So,
we watched the original one, and then there was one with 10 episodes. It's that was it, and then they put out a reason why they did 10 episodes. Being time consuming and everything else, but it was actually well worth it. Believe it or not, we're come on, we want more. We want to see us Skeksis kill the second time.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. And so the guys that made the puppet for my music video, they made puppets for Dark Crystal as well. So that was pretty cool.
Oh my gosh! And who's your favorite Muppet?
Who's my favorite? That's a great question. Maybe Oscar the Grouch? I don't know.
Oh, I think I could see why.
Yeah,
Oscar the Grouch can be somewhat of a criminal. You could say that's living off of garbage and scram. I got something to plot here. So
yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh, I think I'd probably go with Animal, who just likes to go crazy. I can just rattle off a few, but we're also and also I think. We had mentioned, too, we already went over the 3 movies that you were in, and you also had that song, Rebel Soul, and I wasn't sure if we talked a little about that, but maybe just tell us a bit about the song before we play your latest.
About Rebel Soul?
Yes.
Yeah, so Rebel Soul, I always love the idea of rebelling, but not necessarily against, the government or police or your parents. The idea of rebelling against maybe society's idea of who you should be, rebelling against your own, dark impulses and finding your best self, so that you're essentially, the rebel as not going to be beat down by life or by, society, and you're just going to basically tap into that best version of yourself inside your soul.
Wow, that is amazing. And where can we find Rebel Soul and some of your music at?
Yes, so you can find it on YouTube. I've got videos for Rebel Soul and Legacy and Raised at Night. So you just look up Avatari Rebel Soul or Avatari Legacy, and you can find it there. It's also on all streaming platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iTunes, etc. And then you can find me on, Facebook, Instagram. Look for Avatari World is my handle. Mm-hmm. I'd love to connect with everybody that way.
Okay, sounds great. And where can we find your movies at? Brick, Spacestation 76, This Is Why I'm Single, and more. Where can we find those at?
Yeah, you can find those. So if you look me up on IMDb, look up Ari Welkom. That's my God-given name, or the name I was born with. That's A-R-I, last name W-E-L-K-O-M. You look me up on IMDb, which is Internet Movie Database, and you can find everything that I've been in, my whole resume, all the TV shows, all the web series, all the movies. And then if you want, you can go take a look. I've been in vampire movies, teenage movies, all sorts of things.
We will certainly do so, and we're going to play a brand new single in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, singer, songwriter, multi-talented Ari Welkom, best known as Avatari, from San Francisco to Los Angeles, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's a brand new single by Avatari, or best known as Ari Welkom. Here's Raised at Night on the Mike Wagner Show.
Put your gun down right now. Scrape them knuckles on the concrete ground. Do tell me, are you the one feeling lucky like the prodigal son? Don't test me, I'm gonna blow. It's getting hot here, boy, you better know. If you play with fire, son, you know you getting burned. It could be the final chapter in your Bible getting learned. Ooh, I was raised at night. Put my gun down, raise my fist to fight. Ooh, I was taught to see at a young age there's no you. Do you feel it in your bones? There's a reckoning coming on home. What your mama said, run upstairs, hurry, eat your supper, go to bed, say your prayers. Put your demons in a cage. Don't forget to feed them, cause at night they'll rage. Close the window, shut the door. You never know, you could be the one that coming for us. Yeah. Ooh, I was raised at night. Put my gun down, raise my fist to fight. Ooh, I was taught to see at a young age there's no you or me. You exhale, I breathe. You get cut, I bleed. Souls one destiny. Raise up, my son, lay down your gun. 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 Your gun, raise your fist and Ooh, I was raised at night. Put my gun down, raise my fist to fight. Ooh, I was taught to see at a young age there's no you. Ooh, I was raised at night. Put my gun down, raise my fist to fight. Ooh, I was taught to see at a young age there's no you or me. You exhale, I breathe. You get cut, I bleed. Souls one destiny.
Raised at Night from Ari Welkom. Avatari, best known on the Mike Wagner Show, and tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write it, Ari.
Yeah, so it's funny because that song happened before, I wrote the song a couple of years ago, before the pandemic, before all the, instability and unrest that's happened the last, year or so. But I feel like the premise of it comes out of that, or, the seeds of that. So the song Raised at Night, being raised at night, kind of reborn during the darkest of times, which I really feel, in my life, the times that have been the most difficult and challenging on an emotional, spiritual level have been the ones in retrospect that I've grown the most. So it's kind of like we grew up during these hard times. I believe that that's happening right now in the world. Hard times either have the opportunity to break us apart or to, it's the old what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, how you get through it. And then the other part of it is really about getting through it together. The chorus goes, I was raised at night, put my gun down, raised my voice tonight. So I'm putting down my gun, I'm putting down destruction, and I'm raising my voice. I'm going to communicate and unite with other people because we're all in it together.
Mm-hmm. And that's fantastic as well, too. And where can we find the song at?
You can find that song anywhere that you stream music. So Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. I have a music video for it on YouTube. I'd love for you to go and watch it and comment and like it and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I always want to know what you think, and if it makes you feel something that, as an artist, getting that feedback, love or hate it, I just love to hear what you think.
Mm-hmm. We certainly will do so once again with Avatari, best known as Ari Welkom, here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. You're fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Love to have you back. And just a few more things, Ari, and what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
Yeah, so one of the cool things is I was in the studio before the pandemic and the lockdown, just recording for about a year. So I have a whole slew of songs that I'm going to put out probably in 2 different EPs. So that song that I was telling you about, Superhuman, with a big music video with puppets and spaceships and that's going to come out, Superhuman, in March. And then I'm going to put out a whole album worth of material over the next year, along with music videos, and hopefully when this pandemic moves out of the way and we get the vaccine going, be touring and playing festivals. Just started auditioning again because a lot of TV shows and movies are starting to cast again now. So yeah, just keep in touch and keep your eyes out. I'm also live stream every Sunday in my private Facebook group called the Avatars. So if you're interested, reach out to me. You can go to go.avatari.world and you can sign up for my private fan community and hear about all sorts of different things going on with me, and go to my live streams, and I'd love to get to know you that way.
That sounds amazing. We certainly will do so. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career, Ari?
Ooh, biggest influence in my career? I mean, I got to go right to the core, my mom and dad. Because, I know a lot of people that aren't doing what they probably would love to do, and that's not me, and that's really attributed to the support of my mom and dad on my crazy journey as an artist. They always wanted me to do what I loved, and so I'm going to go with mom and dad there. They've always pushed me to just be the best that I can and do, just live from my heart, so...
Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
I think it's just that, find the thing that you love to do and then do it. Do it and find people that are doing it as well that, can kind of mentor you, and people that you can do it alongside as well, grow with, and just be open to information. One of the coolest things that's happened in the pandemic is I've opened myself up to the whole digital world and ways to connect with people through live streaming, through marketing my music on the internet, something that I wasn't doing before the pandemic. So it just kind of opened my mind and my ears to that. So, just put yourself out there and really just learn and do what you love.
Certainly will, and that's very important. Once again, Ari, welcome, best known as Avatari here on the Mike Wagner Show. Ari, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music and your movies?
Yeah, so my website is, you can go to go.avatari.world. You can go to, for my movies and my TV shows, imdb.com. That's short for Internet Movie Database. It has my whole resume with my whole, catalog there. You can go to Spotify and search for Avatari. That's Avatari. And as well as Apple Music and iTunes. Look for me on Facebook and Instagram. My handle is Avatari World.
We certainly will do that. Once again, Ari, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And please keep in touch. I love to see you come back with a Rolls Royce with another legacy.
Mike, you're the man. Peace and love, my friend.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mohsen Zia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamohsenzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, radiopublic, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.